Hey guys, tonight I'm going to be making this Krusteaz. This is the flatbread mix, and we've tried another flavor before. Oven's heated. We've tried another flavor before, and that's another video. Tammy can put a link down below. This is the Italian herb flavor. I don't remember what the other one was. Like rosemary something. Probably says it on here. Garlic and onion? Is that it?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't
anyway,
it's been so, we've had it for a couple months.
But you can use this for a pizza crust. You can make just bread, dipping bread, stuff like that. You can make a sandwich out of it, which would be awesome if you cut the sandwich and put some salami and ham and cheese on it and bake it. It'd be awesome. But anyway, we're just gonna make flatbread, just the bread by itself, and we're gonna dip it in like pizza sauce. So what you need is, of course, the package. You need 1 cup of very warm water, so 150 to 125 degrees Fahrenheit. And you need 1/4 of a cup of vegetable oil and of course the mix. This is prepared 1/3 cup of the mix. 1/3 of an elongated oval is 190 calories. It would almost be impossible to tell what you're eating. So
you would have to weigh it.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about it. It's it doesn't even say. It says 40 grams. I don't know. There's 10 servings per container, but like I said, I'm just not worried about it. There's a flavor packet there. Or a sample.
Or is that yeast?
Oh, that's the yeast. Yeah, that's the yeast.
So there's a yeast packet in there.
Yeah. Did I say this was $2.58 at Meijer? I don't think I did. This was $2.58 at Meijer.
And then that packet.
So I've got my mixer here. I've got my dough hook. What we're gonna do? We got the oven preheating at 475. I'm gonna get my baking sheet as this one's rising, so I don't need to get it right now. But you need a pretty good sized baking sheet. You just grease it, and you're done with that part. So the first thing you want to do is stir together the mix and the yeast. And the yeast pack, you smell that, you can smell the herbs. Make sure I get it all out of there. Okay, and I'm just going to turn this on and let the dough hook stir it up while then I'll add my water and stuff. He really just has to mix it. So now I'm going to add my warm water, and like I said, it's got to be pretty warm. You don't want it like boiling, but you do want it pretty hot.
Is that a cup of water?
It's a cup. And then you want your 1/4 cup of oil. And I'll probably have to get a spoon or something, or a spatula and knock it down from the sides. So give me 1 second, let me go grab a spatula and I'll be right back. All I did was rake down the sides. You can see I'm probably going to have to rake down again before it's over with. That's why spatulas are very handy. I'm going to go ahead and...
It's just starting to form its little ball.
It is. It's starting to pull together a little bit. But if you don't get all the dry stuff, and it may have pulled it in as it started flicking it around, sorry.
It's okay. It smells really good.
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
And I love the smell that it has in the house. It's like an Italian restaurant or something. Ashley came in after we had made the last bread, and she said, "What is that wonderful smell?" Yeah. And we had already eaten it all. So this time I'm going to try to savor some.
You can see it's kind of pulled it together. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pull this up, take this hook off, scrape all the dough off of it, and then you have to let this set. I think it says set cover. That's what I want to look at real quick. Yeah, cover. You want to cover this. I just leave it in the bowl it's in. I mean, there's really no reason to dirty up another bowl. I just leave it right where it's at, take it off, and Danny's gonna take that for me too. And I'll just take this off. And I have a dish towel here. I'm just gonna cover it up. And I know if you have a proofing drawer in your oven, you could always put it in the proofing drawer. It just adds a little warmth to it. But it's fine, it's just sitting there. It has to sit for like 10 minutes until it rises a little bit. It doesn't say it's gonna double, but it says it will rise. So we're gonna let it give it 10 or 15 minutes and then I'll be back. All right, it's been about 15 minutes or so. So this is, well, it looks like it really didn't rise much, honestly. But that's okay. So I'm gonna get some flour on my hands. What I'm gonna do with this is we're gonna make like a half and half. We're just gonna make a regular bread as it is, and then we're gonna do the other half with just a little mozzarella cheese. Not a lot, just a little bit. So I'm gonna bake this most of the way, like right up to the time, and then I'm gonna put the mozzarella cheese on half of it, and then bake it the last 2 or 3 minutes of it, and then pull it out, and then we'll have cheese on half and cheese and then no cheese on the other half. So what you wanna do is get your hands a little floury. Or you want to get your countertop a little floury too. One good thing about stone countertops is you can just work right on them. So I'm gonna get this out of here. Oh, and my pan, I've greased my pan. I usually use parchment paper on stuff like this, but I wasn't sure if it would brown well with parchment paper, so I'm kind of leery of using just parchment paper on it. So. Sticky dough. And it didn't say anything about kneading it or anything like that. It basically said just turn it out with floured fingers, divide it up. So I'm just kind of flouring the outside a little bit just to kind of not be so sticky. And it should make about 3 of these. So I'm just kind of guesstimating.
We need one of those cutting things like on the Great British Bake Off.
Where they're the flat cutting thing?
Yeah, they.
Now at this point you could shape them into round pizza discs. You could, I'm just going to do like oblong, like ovals. And you want it to be pretty thin. They say to shake it, spread it out to 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch is what they're saying. So I'm gonna get it pretty thin. You could make one big tray, one big one if you wanted to fill up the whole tray. But since I wanted to do cheese on one and no cheese on the other, I figured I would just do 2 separate ones. So. And then I'll get another baking sheet out, or I can just reuse this one when these come out to do the other one, or we can bake them. I'll probably get another one out and just do all of them at the same time. So I'll tell you what, let me get another baking sheet really quick and spray it down, and I'll be right back. All right, I've got another pan, and I'm just gonna make this one, I'm gonna make this one round like a pizza. And this will make pizza dough. I mean, you could put tomato sauce and everything on this if you want to. You have to bake it first, of course, but I'm gonna leave a little lip on it and everything, just so if we really did want to make a pizza, we got pizza sauce. We could make a little cheese pizza out of that if we wanted to. So I'm gonna get this in the oven. They have to bake, like I said, for 7 to 11 minutes. So I'm gonna set my timer for 5. I'll probably set my timer for. I'm gonna go ahead and bake it for 7 minutes, and then at that time I'll add my cheese and stuff to it. So I'm gonna make sure these are really good and thin. They are. And get them in the oven and I'll be back. Okay, the one I made into a round pizza disc, I'm gonna take out. It's been about 7 minutes. That one's not quite ready yet, so I'm gonna leave it in there a little bit longer. It's not quite brown around the edges, so I'm gonna leave it in there. While that one's going though, I'm gonna take my pizza topping. Good enough for me. I'm gonna take some onion. Not a lot, just a little bit, sprinkle around. I say not a lot, and I end up putting a lot. I like onion anyway. And we have a little bit of bacon kind of left over from breakfast. So I'm just gonna take this and just kind of throw it around on here. By the way, don't touch your belly to the pan while you're doing this because it's kind of hot. Especially if you have a round belly like me. Looks good. And then get some cheese. I'm just going to use this cheese. It's just mozzarella cheese. And then I'm going to put this back in the oven and hopefully it'll get brown around the edges. So
we might want to check on that other one and see if it's ready. Let's see if it's ready. You might be able to take it out as you put that one in. Yeah, that one can come out. So then you can move your round one to the top shelf and let it finish.
On the appropriate shelf. Yeah, those look good. They're good. You notice how they're brown. Brown around the edges, and they're pretty much one piece like that. So I'm gonna let these cool off for just a minute, get some stuff put up, and then I'll be back and me and Tammy will taste just these. Okay, I'm just gonna cut this in like bread strips like pieces. I'm just gonna take it right here. You can see how thin this is. That would make an excellent sandwich. To put pieces, just put meat between them. I think that'd be cool. So I'm just gonna cut these in like strips. It's still very hot. And I'm going to cut the other one up too, and I'll put it on this plate. Then me and Tammy are going to try them out. I've heated up the pizza sauce, and we're just going to use that to dip it into, but we're also going to try it just by itself. And the pizza, by the time I get to cutting this up, my little mini pizza will probably be done too. So I'll be back to show you what that looks like. Okay, and the pizza part, the little mini pizza is done. Good melted. You want to flick sauce everywhere. And I'm going to take it off and I'm going to slice it up. I'm no professional pizza slicer, so my pieces are going to be, I can do one more. Okay. I'm going to put this on the plate. I don't think I can pick it all up at once, but I can pick up a half at a time, I think. Nope. So I'm going to get these in the, we're going to take these to the dining room, and I'm going to let that pizza cool off a little bit, and then we'll be back in just 1 second and let you know what they all taste like.
Here we are. Dinner time.
I'm going to try a breadstick.
Yeah. Well, I think the breadsticks will be more cooled off than that pizza.
They're pretty flat. I'm going to try one without, too.
You know I did too. It's just instinct.
You got to dip.
To dip it.
It's not bad. I wish it was a little crisper. I wish we'd kept it in there a little bit longer.
Really?
Some of the ones on the bottom, these are the ones from that second batch.
Right.
Some of the ones on the bottom might be a little crisper because they were from the first one. I think the first one got a little browner.
Oh.
Yeah, like this one. What do you think?
It's decent, but I remember from the one we made before, it smelled so powerful, but it did not deliver on the flavor.
No, and this one's kind of the same.
It wasn't bad. It would make a good sandwich, like Kevin said. There was nothing wrong with it, but the flavors.
It's really just like dipping bread in spaghetti sauce.
Plain bread.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of flavor, but not a lot.
For all that smell that it has, it's more like plain bread. Okay.
I have a feeling this pizza. I cut 2 smaller pizzas over.
Well, you have a feeling the pizza what?
I have a feeling this is just going to be. You could have bought a pre-made pizza crust.
Right.
Better than all this trouble.
Than to go to this trouble.
Right.
Wait for it to rise and all that.
Yeah.
That's some good bacon, I'll tell you that.
It does have a good flavor, but the bread itself is not doing anything for or against it. It's just That's just a holder for the stuff.
Right. You could have bought regular.
You could have made a homemade. You could have bought a Pillsbury pizza dough thing and out of a can and unrolled it, put it down. It would have tasted just as good as that.
And you don't have to wait for it to rise or anything.
And they make the pre-made pizzas like the round pizza dough that you just lay on a pan and put your stuff on and heat it up. I mean, So while this is good, while this there's nothing wrong with it. It's not worth the trouble. It's not anything special. So if you like the Krusteaz, then that's great. You might want to get it. But I would just buy pre-made pizza dough if that's what you're craving, or pre-made breadsticks. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and we're going to sit here and eat this definitely. It won't go to waste. Thanks for watching.